we are discussing about UiPath. So
Okay.
let's see what is RPA first of all.
Yes.
So RPA means, let's keep the things simple. So it is nothing. It's just a automation, but there is some rule for that automation. That is, any process that is rule based, repeated, and which doesn't involve any human interaction. So here we have 3 points that are rule based, repeated, and human decisions. These 3 points are the main here. What is rule based? Rule based means suppose if you have done some process, and if you want to do the same process again after some time, again after many days, then the process should be same. It shouldn't change. Not even a single process, single logic should change in it. That is called rule based. And repeated. Repeated means the process shouldn't be like that. So once we have done, then it's over. Then we are not going to do it again forever. In the future, we are not going to touch it. It's not like that. The process should be like that, that you are daily working on it. It's like a daily routine. So you are going to office today, you will work on it and you close the applications. Tomorrow you will go and you will work on the same process. So like that, you will be working on the same process for many days, for many years. Like people do in the IT firms, like the legacy systems will be there. They have some specific applications. So they will be working on the same applications. And the process is same. It's fixed. It's never changing. So that is called repeated. You got it now? The third one is human decisions. Munish, are you hearing me? Can you hear me?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah. And the third one is human decisions. Human decisions means, see, here we are automating some process. Automating the process means without our interference, without our presence, if we run the process from any remote area, suppose I run process, I develop some process and I want to run it in your system, then it shouldn't involve any human interference. It shouldn't involve any human decisions so that it can run by itself. It's not like that for every step human decision is required. Like that human mind is required. See, computers are super, which they can calculate much speeder than us. But there are some decisions which computer can't decide by itself. You are getting it right? So the processes which doesn't involve human decisions and which just involve the logical reasoning, analytics, just a flow and just a go in is there. So that process can be automated. Suppose the process is not involving, suppose it's involving human decisions step by step. For every action we are human is intervening and he is doing something. That process can't be automated. So these are the 3 points, 3 pillars of the RPA. So if these 3 points are matching, then only we can automate any process. So you already said that you are going through some basics of RPA. So here are some examples like booking Tatkal ticket. So we know what is booking Tatkal ticket and everyone dies for it at 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So the thing is here is whenever we do Tatkal ticket, the process is safe. We log in, we search the to and from station, we set the Tatkal option, and after giving the passenger details, we just do the payment detail. So for everyone, whoever is doing this process, the process is same. The things, the dynamic parameters which are changing here are to and from station, payment details, and train details. These things and login details. These things are only changing, but the process is always same. So if whatever the dynamic things are there, like username, password, account details, ticket details, if we keep these things in an Excel sheet, and if you access these parameters from the Excel sheet and we directly dump in the process, then the automation, the RPA process can easily do it. So that's someone like repeated process, everyone does it. It's like time saving and it's like scalable, right? And library book notification, like there are thousands of students in many universities, colleges. So for everyone we can't say that who's pending, whose date is pending. So we can't change for everyone, we can't check for everyone. So for that, what we do, we just run a bot, we just prepare a bot so that it can match the date. It checks the due date, and if the due date is over, it will send the notification to the email. So that's like one process. And ordering products online. Here are the same. We use Flipkart or Amazon or the Paytm. But the thing is, whatever we want to search, whatever we want to buy, that thing is same. That parameter, that order, that whatever the product we want to buy, that is same. But and all the other details like going to Amazon, login, searching that product, and after making payment, these are all the same, right? So these are the same process. So this we can automate. Just some examples. Like we and the first question, the main thing that comes into mind is why we need RPA. Means why many people are going behind RPA. Still, there are many other technologies. Still, why RPA is needed? Because it's trending in the market. And if you search, even if you search in the Google, what are the trending technologies in IT firms, and the RPA, for sure RPA will be there. There are the month or 2 months back, I have seen it's in second position, and in any website you search, it's in the top 10 list. And it's demanding, and this the technology is so booming that many job opportunities are there. But that is for our benefit. But what is the actual reason of RPA for firms and for growth and technology? The main reason is reduced cost. What is reduced cost? What will happen? So the thing reduced cost is, suppose you and me are working in the same firm and we are doing some Excel means Excel activities and Excel calculations. So we know how fast we do. Suppose if we do automate, if automate all the processes, and if we spend our time on some other important tasks, then time has been saved, and our mind, our whatever the knowledge we have, we can spend on the other technologies, other innovative processes. So that here we are saving the cost, and we are working for the firm's development also with new innovative technology. So many people think that RPA will means it removes the jobs, it removes the job. It's not like that. See, all the processes we can't automate. See, if you say now from many years, there are some applications, we already have automation testing, and many people also tried with Python testing, Python development, Python automation, but still there are jobs. The thing is, once we develop something, it will be there, and after some years the process will change, so we need to again automate it, and for after some years we'll get more projects, so we need to again automate that. It's not like that once we automated, then whoever the people working on the same process, same application, they will be fired, and only bots will be working there. It's not like that. It's like means the helping hands, means the bot, whatever the mundane repeated tasks are there, that bots will do, and whatever the human decisions needed, the innovative tasks are there, that human can carry on. So that's the simple concept. It will reduce the job means, yeah, it will reduce, but not 100%. It's like 40 to 30% only. And time saving, we already talked. Automation means we already know it's time saving. Scalable. Scalable means if you do something now, if you automate something now, even after so many years, if the process is same, it's not changing, the process will run without any error. And there is no need of changing, there is no need of hiring many people, and no need of means conducting interviews so that many people will come, and we need to again train them, and they need to get trained, they need to adapt it, they need to work on it. So it takes many time, it takes a lot of time. So it's like if we automate it, then forever it will run, like if you do one that. The error elected. So we as a human beings, yeah, we are means efficient, but sometimes we do errors. Like we are means like 60 to 70% efficient, but once we automate it, it's like 100% efficient. And low operational risk. So it's all related with error already. So error elected and low operation risk are same. It's like dependent. Better customer experience. So I already told you better customer experience means if you automate some like a repeated task, what are the time we are spending on the like same task, repeated task, which bots can easily do, and we haven't automated that, and we are working on it, and we can't spend our time on other processes, other important tasks. So if you do just automate that, and if you spend our time on other tasks, then it's better for a customer experience. Like can think about how we can satisfy the customer more efficiently so that they can sustain with us. You got it right? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So next is why UiPath. You already know that, and you yourself has related about UiPath. You will work on UiPath only. Why UiPath means we already have many tools. Like you can see in the application here, the application evaluation is there. So there are many tools: UiPath, Pega, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. You might not have listened about Pega, Kofax, Nice, but you might have surely listened about UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and Blue Prism. because this UiPath automation and Blue Prism are the top leading RPA tools in the market, and they are existing still from the last 5 to 6 years. They are fluctuating, but these three are in the top list. And there are not even this, there are many other RPA tools, like some of the tools are like firm dependent. They have their own automation tools, like Capgemini have their own, and IBM also their own, like Win Automation is there. So they're like firm dependent. The main third party UI automation tools are UiPath, Pega, and whatever listed in there. But why only UiPath? Why only UiPath means it has its own benefits. If you see in this table, this table is just to make you see that according to the valuation, according to the earnings, that UiPath in the top list, and many organizations showing interest in the UiPath, because UiPath, not only UiPath, but all the automation tools don't require much programming skills. But if you go for Automation Anywhere, it requires programming skills. Programming skills means not like a C# or like that. It's like this main logical and analytical skills it requires. It's like there are less activities it has, and we have to make use of those activities, and we have to build all the process. And sometimes it's like there are no available activities, so we have to build ourselves. And for building just, so I will say you some example here. It's like suppose there is some list. You know about list, right? So here your application is there. Here we have a list of 8 tools. So if you want the count of 8 tools, then in UiPath it's just a simple process that suppose this list has some UiPath tool list, then by simple .NET command, that UiPath tool dot count, if you give that, it will directly give us the count of that list. But if you want to get the count of the list in the Automation Anywhere, and for that you have to initiate a counter, you have to initiate a loop, and in each loop you have to increment the counter, and once the loop reaches the end of the list, then you have to display that the specific count is so and so. The difference here is in UiPath it's just a 1-line command, but in automation it's like a 10 to 15 lines of command. So that's the difference. And ease of use, drag and drop facility. So drag and drop facility is available in every tool, but in UiPath also it's very easier compared to other tools. Like Automation Anywhere is also very easier, but if you go for Blue Prism, it's somewhat difficult. And in the main, the main thing why people go for UiPath is Automation Anywhere and Blue Prism don't have community version. They don't have free versions. But UiPath has a community version which is free for lifelong, and you can do anything without any payment. That's the main thing people prefer UiPath, and even organizations are going for it. Managed packages. The managed packages means you won't be knowing now, but the main advantage of it is, just now I said, if suppose there is some command that is not available in the tool, then in the UiPath we can create that. There is, for every week, for every month by month, UiPath creates some activities and it keeps in the packages so that we can download whenever we want. And it's like daily version, it's like daily updating. But in Automation and other tools, it's not like that. Once it has developed, the version has been fixed, and in specific version you can't download the new activities, you can't download the new command. So that if you want to do something, then you need to shift the version, you need to buy the new version. So UiPath is specific from that. Generate custom activities. So I already told that if suppose some activity is not there, then in UiPath we can generate that activity by ourselves as per our convenience. That once when you are in the training, that I will show you how to do that. It needs some C# coding. Suppose if you need that some activity which is not available in the tool, but it's mandatory, it means it has its own application, then we need to develop it. For that, we need to have some small basics on C# and OK. So that I will show you. And the recorders. Actually, recorders are available in many tools except in the Blue Prism. Recorders are available in Automation Anywhere also and the UiPath also. But how recorders are different from other tools, and how UiPath tool recorders are best, how they are best to themselves, that is also I will explain you.